Alrighty, hello, Stains here. Uh, I recently got into Beat Saber modding. By that I mean like a few days ago. And as my first mod, I made a mod that turns your sabers into centrifuges, and I called it Sawblade Saber. It's not actually called that because it was originally intended to be something else. So I'll change the name later. But basically, it turns your sabers into saw blades, and I think it's really cool. And it completely destroys the point of Beat Saber, and it's fun to play around with, and it is the funniest thing I've made in a while. I like it. It's fun. And here's a demonstration of it. If it loads. There we go. Now it loaded. So to demonstrate, I'm going to play a really fast song that hurts my arms. I played this on stream, but it's Final Boss Chan by Chameleon. And currently there's no config. Currently there's no config in the menu because I don't know how to use BSML, Beat Saber Markup Language. So I don't know how to do that yet. So it's just permanently on as long as you have it in the plugins folder. And I'll release the mod or something once I have like a config menu set up, because it has like special properties like the outwards rotation of it to make it more comfortable, so you don't have to hold it like this all the time, and the speed of the saw blade, but all that. Here's what it looks like in game. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. The center part with like the cool glowy rings and stuff is actually not a 3D model, but it's a bunch of primitives. It's literally just a bunch of primitive cylinders. And I did a bunch of coding stuff to grab the shaders material. If you use Unity, you know what a material is. Basically, I used some code to grab that and just copy it over to the new objects. I think it looks pretty nice. And it makes hitting long streams a lot easier. You can see I still have the instinct to actually hit the notes, but that's not necessary at all, because as you saw with that, you can just kind of hold it there and it'll hit all the notes for you, which is kind of the point of this. Because I don't like destroying my arms, things like that. Yeah, this is what I've made so far. It's pretty fun to play around with. Being the creator of the mod, it's really fun to just mess around with the game and see what you can do with it. Like, I imagine like if I didn't rename it and it was still called Beatmap Extractor. This was originally supposed to be like a utility mod, so I could create maps with the new system. So I'd extract the base game maps and see how Beat Saber did it, because mine keep crashing. But if I advertised it as a beatmap extractor, and then when they open the game and like there's no beatmap extractor, and then their sabers are turned all like whatever this is, they'll be really confused, and I think that would be pretty funny, and or really bad. Because the thing is, it works in multiplayer, because I coded it for multiplayer so I could troll people, and it works semi-decently. Some of the time it doesn't work. So if you enter a multiplayer match, you're definitely hacking, because this is not vanilla. So this is really just kind of a fun little experiment that I've made, and it's kind of cool. Before I started the level, I mentioned like the rotation. The way I hold my controllers, it's not really comfortable for me to hold it straight up the way that they appear in game, so that it has like an offset. But since not everyone holds their controllers the same, and no one really has the same controller settings in the menu, I'm gonna have to edit the mod if I want to release it, so that people can tweak it to their liking. Also, as you can see, this works on 1.20, so possibly the first 1.20 mod? Maybe. This is what it looks like with a super high trail intensity. It looks really cool. It creates a spiral of sorts. If I turn on Zen mode, then you can really see it. Here it is. It creates a spiral looking thing. And then once it really starts going after about 15 seconds, it just gets crazy. Like, that's a tight spiral. It's also really satisfying to look at. And the Beat Saber developers really did a good job with this lighting system, I thought. Because I grabbed the Saber's colors directly from the Sabers themselves, not even the in-game settings, it might be completely broken with custom Sabers, and it might not work at all. But it does work with custom colors. So if I turn on my color palette that I'm starting to like, it does indeed work. And it is super cursed, and I love it. But yeah, that's what I have to show. And that's gonna be it. See ya.